Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the house here. This is Justin Ames Gamache, your host of Coverage Awareness Studios. A little bit about me. Those are my degrees back there. If you want to know about me, watch the first video. So, I'm just going to quickly let you know a little intro. I have an associate's in business administration, a Bachelor's of Science in Interdisciplinary Studies, and a Master's of Education in Educational Leadership. I'm also working on my doctoral degree, finishing up with a dissertation, currently on break, and I'm currently obtaining a second master's, a Master's of Science in Psychology. So I have the experience in the education world. Doesn't make me overqualified. It makes you overqualified for coming to telling me how bad my education is. On that part, this video is about awakening. What is an awakening, right? As we said in the other video, I talked a little bit about whatever knots from there, but this one's about stop putting words in my mouth. Now, most of the time when someone is putting words in my mouth or willfully misunderstanding what I've said, is because they don't actually want to have a discussion. They just want to have a fight because their energy, not my energy, their energy basically determines that they just don't care, which is sad. And to be honest, they're willfully misunderstanding what I've said, but it's because they don't actually want to have a discussion. They really just want to have a fight. And I can admit, there are times I've let myself get sucked into that type of conversation, but more and more I just won't go there. Understanding. And I can be honest with you, I've been stuck in it a conversation to where they just don't understand anything and they just put words in my mouth that I didn't even say because they just don't care. Now, I'm just talking about mainly the aspect of where they, you know, we know they don't care, they just don't understand you, but you go ahead and live your tiny little life because that's the only thing that matters. And that's the truth. So, if anybody out there has an issue with people putting words in the mouth because they just don't understand you or misunderstand you or misunderstand what you're trying to say, then we're we're right down that alley understanding of why people just don't care. So it's kind of weird, if you see this, and I know it goes on in the world a lot. It really does, and it happens. But why? Why does it happen? Why do people put words? Question for the group and those who watch. Why do people put words in other people's mouths? I'm going to be honest with you. I have lived on East Coast of the United States my entire life, and the only place that has been disrespectful to me and disrespectful to my life is anywhere on the northeast coast of the United States, anywhere in New England, USA. And that is sad. Maybe because people in the northeast have a negativity mindset. And I bet you that's part of the problem. It could be. It might not be. Who knows? But I can be honest with you that no matter what what I tried to do back then, I try to stay to myself as much as possible. I really do. but just nobody cares. Nobody cares at all. So they put words in my mouth because that's just them, and their energy is projecting on whatnot from there, and it's hurtful. But I think it's pretty hurtful for anybody who gets words put in their mouth and they just don't understand, period. And it sucks. And then you have a little conversation like this going on, and you're like, hey, I'm here. Now I'm telling you the truth. You don't know me. You don't understand me. Why don't you just like back off? But that's life, right? We still drink our water. We still take our vitamins. And we still drink kombucha. Today, it's brought to you by Pure Water. So, like I said, trying to understand why people put words in the mouth is going to be a long overhaul conversation. All we can do is awaken our mind and go in deeper into our thoughts. But even then, even when you do that, you're just awakening yourself and you're starting to see the bullshit and you're calling it out. You're calling it out. You're calling out people's misunderstandings of what you're trying to say, what you're trying to talk. Even if you're not saying anything at all, you're calling it out. You're calling out their bullshit that they're claiming that you are saying. People have done this to me for over the last 10 years, and I have pretty much called them out. You know, I have a lawsuit on the state of Vermont, a $163 million lawsuit. Past landlords have harassed me, put words in my mouth that I never even said. I said, I think I'm going to withhold my rent. And I did. And I have felt pretty awesome doing that. But overall, we just got to keep on trucking into that world when you're awakening and you're calling out people's bullshit when they talk about you. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles for them because you're no longer living in their little imaginary world. You have your own life and they have theirs. They're going to keep telling lies and you're going to keep telling the truth. And you're going to keep calling out their bullshit every single day. And that's the greatest thing because you have every right to call them out. You know, there was an article I found on Google calling out people's bullshit. It was actually on Fast Company. What happens when I spent a week calling out people out on their own bullshit? I'm going to leave that in the comment section. Maybe you're interested. You can read it. But I'll give a little thing here. I'll just share the link in the comments. Here's the link. Hopefully you're interested on it or not. So you can think that one of the worst feelings that you can ever get of knowing is that you've let someone bullshit you. Pretty weird, huh? You let them bullshit you and they hit you hard. Talking to a boss or client, salesperson, spreading around information that you just know is false, but you keep your mouth shut. And then they put words in your mouth and they continue on and on and on. We've all been there. It happens. So you just become attuned to spotting bullshit. Of course, context matters too, but when trying to spot bullshit, the messenger is important as the message. Does the person delivering the message have anything to gain by how you choose to act on that information? If you keep that question in mind, it's much easier to spot people who may be bullshitting you. So, context matters, which is true. And you can definitely pay more attention and understanding, be more aware of yourself and your understanding, be more aware of others and how they speak about you, because you can totally step in and I know spiritual awakening is like you really don't care about what other people say about you, but deep down inside, your awareness is telling you, why are these people talking about you? You don't got nothing. All you have is your college degrees and your life, and that's all you have. You become your education. Your education becomes you. Understanding, truthfulness. You know, people just need to stop putting words in other people's mouth. I'm sick and tired of it. I have a right to call it out. You have a right to call it out. We all have a right to call it out. So I'm going to end this video on the note here. Um, don't let people call. Don't let people put words in your mouth, and don't be afraid to call out people's bullshit. Simple as that. All right. Have a wonderful evening, everybody. And I truly hope that I'm gaining viewers on these little vlog channels about awakening, spiritual awakenings, and understanding. And I will grow more in depth in each video that I take in. And hopefully, I gain you in my low, calm, low key um, talks here, just learning and understanding what truth is. Thank you for coming here and viewing this channel.